One team I've been criticizing a lot is the Los Angeles Lakers. I mean, they were a team that were hyped up to be a super team. They were supposed to be really good. They were supposed to be the best team in the NBA. LeBron James, Anthony Davis, Russell Westbrook, 360. They were supposed to be the NBA's biggest trio, right? Well, currently at the time of recording this, they're sitting at a 15-13 record, and a lot of people have been criticizing them, which is common. Now, a lot of people, such as myself, have been criticizing them because obviously they have underperformed drastically and so much. But lately, they've been playing a lot better than they were at the beginning of the season, so I have to ask the question, was everybody wrong about the Lakers, and are they actually doing well, or were they just in a big time slump to start the season and now they're actually a really good team? Of course, before I do get into this video, if you guys could, make sure you leave a like on it and subscribe to the channel if you're new. Turn on the post notifications. I'm trying to hit 5,000 subscribers on the channel by the end of the year, and your subscription would be greatly appreciated. Let's get into the video. Now, I'm gonna be honest, the Los Angeles Lakers have been a team I've been very critical about, as I should, because they were a team that were very hyped up, and I was like, yeah, they're not all that. And to be honest, I still don't know if they're all that. However, you have to account to the fact that they have a guy like LeBron James, who is obviously one of the greatest players of all time. They have Anthony Davis, who will go down as one of the better power forwards to ever play in the league, and they have a guy like Russell Westbrook, who is, well, a player. See, Westbrook is a very interesting case because sometimes I feel like he's very overrated, but then there are times where I think he's underrated. And for someone that's 33 years old, I think it's very hard for us to have to come with an identity whether he's overrated or underrated. Now, a lot of people have been wondering about the Lakers and why they are struggling right now, and I'm gonna be honest, there is a couple reasons. Number one, Anthony Davis is very injury prone, and I'm pretty sure he's still out. Yep, I just checked right now, he still has a knee injury. The good thing though is that he's day to day. The number two problem was at the beginning of the season with Russell Westbrook, because it was hard for him to develop and be able to find a way in this Lakers offense, because it's a lot more different than what he's ever used to. However though, I definitely do believe that he's made a change, and I think he's a lot better than he was at the beginning of the year. I mean, the man is averaging 19, 8, and 7 on 45% shooting and 32% shooting from the three, which if you guys did not know, that is way better than last season. So at the beginning of the season, yeah, maybe it was Russell Westbrook's fault that they were doing bad, but I don't think that's the full reason. You could blame it on their bench, but to be honest, number one, I really don't think that's how you should go about these things, and number two, they actually have a pretty solid bench. I mean, yes, they have a really big age gap, and they're one of the oldest, if not the oldest team in the NBA, and there was a stat I saw that basically saw that they walk the most and they don't run that much. This season, the Lakers' average miles per hour is 4.25, which is the slowest in the NBA. Their percentage time walking is 68%, which is obviously the highest, and their miles per game is 9.3, which is the second fewest in the league. Now, I don't want to just throw that on age. They simply could just being lazy on defense, and that's something that they have to fix themselves, but regardless, that is a very eye-opening stat that people should look at. Now, there are stats that I feel like that you could basically inflate, like points per game or maybe rebounds, you know, but stats like these are ones that you can't really mess with or try to inflate unless you're trying to be the slowest team on purpose. However, a lot of people have been pointing to this one problem, and I honestly want to agree with it, because if this isn't the problem, then what isn't the problem? Guys, the Lakers' only problem right now, in my personal opinion, has to be Frank Vogel. That one season that Frank Vogel, I believe, was a coach for the first year and they went out to win the finals, I'm not giving any credit to Frank Vogel whatsoever. I mean, there's a reason he's never been considered for coach of the year. LeBron James is a great, amazing, talented, whatever word you want to use, of a player. Anthony Davis, his first season in LA, and even the second and third, have still been a good player. So yeah, in the 2020 bubble season, when everybody knew that the Lakers were going to win the finals, it was like guaranteed. But I'm sorry, I'm not gonna give credit to Frank Vogel, because if we look in the second season when they did make the playoffs again, yes, they were outmatched by the Phoenix Suns. However, for some reason, you did not play Andre Drummond, I believe, in game 3 and 4 for no reason. Montrezl Harrell was basically a ghost in that series. Like, you guys could have beat Phoenix, and if I was the coach of the Lakers, I would have easily been able to beat Phoenix because just making those small substitutions. Okay, maybe I'm over exaggerating a little bit. The point is that players like Andre Drummond were dominating in that game, and for some reason you chose not to play him. You gave a struggling Kyle Kuzma so many minutes, which did not help you whatsoever. But with that being said, I don't know if that's the only reason why the Lakers are struggling. I really don't. Then again, we have to look at on the upside. Were the Lakers just struggling at the beginning of the year, and now they're a good team? In the Lakers' last 5 games, they've went 3-2, which isn't so bad if you look at it. However, they have beat teams like the Thunder and the Magic and the Celtics, which I'm gonna give credit to the Celtics. They have started to improve as of recently, but they're still not what they should be. However, they lost to the 2 best teams in those 5 games, which were the Clippers and the Grizzlies. So can we look at the possibility that maybe they're just beating bad teams right now, and it's not because, oh, like they're such a good team, it's because like they're bad teams and they've always generally been bad teams. Now the Lakers and the Celtics are very comparable teams in my personal opinion. Yeah, they're both not super teams, but they were teams that were very much hyped up and have been somewhat average. See, beating bad teams looks really pretty on the stat sheet, however when you go to the playoffs it's gonna show your true colors. I'm gonna be a very big person when it comes to this. I do believe the regular season does matter, at least somewhat to a point, but I'm telling you right now, the playoffs is where everything means the most. I do not doubt that the Lakers, unless they have injuries, will probably make at least the play-in or the playoffs. Will they be a top 5 seed? Probably not. This team will probably be a 7th or maybe 6th seed. However, depending who they play, I honestly think they can make it past the first round, unlike last season. Last season was a very rare case for LeBron James and that Lakers team. They've never played a young team like the Suns that went on to go to the finals. The Suns had so much momentum going on just from that series, so I don't think it's all entirely the Lakers' fault. LeBron James and Anthony Davis are not going to have a ruined legacy if this team fails, like some have tried to suggest. At the end of the day, even if the Lakers were to go 0-82 this season, LeBron James will always be guaranteed a top 3, top 5 player. Anthony Davis will still be one of the better power forwards in the league and possibly have a chance to be a top 10 power forward at the end of his career. The Lakers' legacy will stay the same and it will never go away. We will always know the Lakers as one of the best NBA franchises, if not the best of all time. It's the gold standard. It's like playing for the New York Yankees in baseball. It's an honor and you wear those uniforms with pride. So the fact of the matter is, were we wrong about the Lakers? Probably not. I don't think we were, and to be completely honest, I think the Lakers have an opportunity to improve, but from everything we've still seen, yeah, I think we've all been right. Again though, we're not even at the All-Star break. LeBron James can make like 20 different trades like he did that one season in Cleveland, so we don't know what the final roster is going to look like, and we don't exactly know what's going to happen with this season. Basketball is a very interesting sport. It's a crazy thing and I love watching it. So with that being said, if you guys also like watching basketball content, make sure you guys do leave a like on this video and subscribe to the channel with notifications on. I want to thank you guys so much for checking out this video, and thank you so much for 3,000 subscribers. I'll say it again and again, the growth on the channel has been insane and I've seen so many new faces that are constantly checking out the video, so thank you guys so much for that. Anyways, I'm gonna edit this video so you guys can come see it. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video. Have an amazing day, take care, peace.